Hi guys, this is Xiaomi Max aka Max. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today I'm actually going to talk about how to actually preserve your team value in a market crash because the market is going down big time. Talk about how to trade with the new evolutions that can actually make you a lot of coins, and of course, a potentially very big SBC that will be coming on later on today. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is actually this Perlo SBC. 5-star, 4-star. So he gets that skill move upgrade, medium, which I don't like for a central midfielder. You either got to be high, medium high, or high medium, right? Got to have at least one high, either in the attacking or defensive block rate. So pace is at 80. If you take a look at the card all around, I would say that at this stage of the game that we are at, this is a very a meta card. This actually significantly shifts the power curve of the game itself, which means that the game is gonna die earlier. That's another story for another day. So he does have the dead ball for his playstyle plus. Now the price of this SBC, I would say it's actually pretty decent value, good value, because of the fact that he's such an endgame card, He actually comes out to about 600k worth of fodder. Would I do him personally? No, I think that, you can actually go for other players like, I think Son is actually better value as well as Alvarez. Those are the cards that will stay in your team, for a way longer time. So those will be the SBCs that I will be doing. Now, we also got a Centurions Challenge 2 yesterday. So, nothing too crazy here. It's actually pretty simple to complete. What we'll realize, so I'm just gonna go ahead and submit this. Go ahead and complete this SBC because I think that the pack that you get back, the Electrum Players pack, it's actually very good value. Let's move on, and talk about the huge thing, that actually came, at content drop on Friday itself, the evolutions. So we got your Centurions box-to-box midfielder, which actually costs 150k, which is very expensive. However, if you actually go and take a look, it actually upgrades your card, significantly. So if I were to view somebody like Llorente, which a lot of people are actually doing, he actually looks crazy at the end. He gets a high defensive work rate, like I mentioned, which is very important. He has the Bruiser playstyle, as well as Relentless. So personally, choosing between this and Perlo, I'm definitely gonna go for this because Llorente, is just gonna be more active, in your midfield. So the other free one that we have gotten, it's actually your Centurions Sharpshooter. This, actually makes some of the player, look absolutely, insane, like the player that we saw just now on the screen, Gabaro, So those are actually, some of the cards, that people are evolving. Let's take a look at which are the ones that I would highly recommend. So Pedro Neto, I think it's a really good one because he actually has a 4-star, 5-star. Huang is also another good one, same 4-star, 5-star. So all these cards, will have a way longer lifespan, in your team. Bamba is another one. A lot of people has been competing him. Garnacho, Servi, For me, for the box-to-box midfielder, it's between Llorente and Tchouaméni. Personally, I'm gonna go with Tchouaméni because I feel like in this year's game, Tchouaméni is way more meta, especially if you're playing on the new gen, So that is something that I would do. Dan is also another very good option for your box-to-box midfielder. So Kamavinga if you want, but I don't really think he's that great, Reece Nelson is somebody that a lot of people are completing as well. Lamar looks pretty decent, Enzo Fernandez as well, the Nike version one. He has been rising a lot. So those are some of the good options, that you can consider, for your 2 new evolutions. So how did we, actually make points, of these evolutions? So as usual, I did call out cards on stream at Friday content drop. So we are picking a couple of these cards up, and then selling them off. I was basically telling the chat, what we have. So Emre, is one player that you can actually look at. So right now, he's going for slightly less than 3k. 3k exactly, I would say. So what you can be doing is go and pick him up, on bid. Possibly, I would say at about 2,000 coins, and then you make yourself, right, close to 1,000 coins there, right? So that is something that you can do. And then another player that is actually really popular, right, is Nani as well. He was actually going for about 1.5k before I came on, right? So he's actually going for way cheaper now, right, at about 700 to 750. Of course, you can get him on bid at 250, 300, and then you double your coins. The thing with all these silvers, right, or all these cards, right, especially the silvers, right, is the fact that they fluctuate a lot because they are in constant demand, especially your silvers, right? It depends on what time you log on, right? Sometimes there are going to be lots of demand. Jacob Murphy is going for about 3,000 coins right now. You can actually pick him up on bid, right, at way cheaper than that. Let me see. Yeah, possibly, right, he's at 3,000, right? Try to get him at about 2k, 2.2. You can make yourself some nice easy coins there. So yeah, sometimes the silvers, right, you can pick them up at 1,000 coins. They're currently going for like 2k, right? And then when you check, right, they can go as high as 4 to 5k simply because of the fact that there is not that much supply. So Jeffinho is another going for about 1.2, 1.3k, right? You can pick him up, I would say, right, at about 7 to 800 coins. So I have the full list, right, for my VIPs in the trading Discord. So if you want the full list, right, join up the VIP trading Discord. You'll be free if you have Amazon Prime. So what happened was when this Evo came out, right, some of the cards, right, went absolutely nuts, right? Huang is one of the cards that went absolutely nuts. He's actually going to be the card that I'm actually going to evolve. So as you guys can see, right, on Friday at content drop, right, he was just like 450 coins. He went extinct, right, at 10,000 coins. And then Bamba is also another one, same thing, right? On Friday at content drop, 400 coins, 500 coins, went extinct at 10,000 coins. And then Reese Nelson is also another one, same thing, 1.5k before content, right? He went almost extinct at about 8.6 to 9,000 coins. So this, right, actually caused some people, right, to get coin wipe, right? So this is an example, right? They said that your account has been blocked from using the transfer market due to breaking our rules. And this guy, right, actually eventually, right, he lost all his coins, right? He got blocked first from the transfer market, banned from the transfer market, and he basically, right, lost coins. It became 0. So what I would say is, if you're somebody who got coin wiped because you're doing Evo trading, right, like buying silvers for 1,000 coins and selling them for 10,000 coins, right, try to appeal to the EA live chat. But from what I'm seeing, right, they can't really tell the difference, right, between trading, right, and doing coin transfers. But I've seen a lot of people, right, have this issue. So, you know, hopefully, right, EA actually realize that people are actually trading and not doing coin transfers. So I want to next, right, talk about the market, right, that has been going downwards. If you take a look at somebody like Jude Bellingham, right, he has actually been significantly impacted in price. Why? Because of the Evo, right? You can Evo your central midfielder for 150k, as well as the Pirlo SBC, right? He was 116k before content drop on Friday, dropped to about 87k, right? Dropped further down to about 78k. He went back up by 20k. Why? Because, right, he actually played really well in the El Clasico yesterday, and I believe he also scored a goal. That's the reason why he has rebounded. The rest of the cards, central midfielders, right, are not so lucky. Somebody like Frankie de Jong, he went from about 51k down to about 36k before dropping down to about 28k. He basically halved in price. Not just your goal meta central midfielders, right, even your icon midfielders were affected. Makelele, right, was as high as 675k on Friday, right, before content drop, before dropping all the way down, right, to about 530k. So if you have central midfielders in your team, right, hard luck that is tradable, right? Just hard luck. So what is the content, right, that we can possibly, right, be looking at today? So we should be seeing the Hero Upgrade Pack, the Max 87 Plus. It came out 2 Sundays ago. So I expect to see them, right, today, latest by tomorrow. So the requirements is actually, right, a 86 rated squad. However, right, lots of people have been telling me that they're investing in 85s and 86. So unless, right, EA actually lower their requirements, right, we should actually, right, be picking up your 87s, right, and your 88s instead of your 85s and your 86, which I have no idea why people are doing. If you take a look at 86s right now, right, their max price range, right, is 14k on console, and they're currently at 11.5k. On PC, they are actually at about 12,750, and again their max price range is 14k. So to me, right, if you're gonna invest in 86ers, right, totally doesn't make sense because there is not much that much higher, right, that their prices can actually rise to. So if you guys are regular, viewers of the channel, you would know that when we had the Hero SBC 2 weeks ago, right, I tipped for you guys, right, to actually pick up your 87s, and they were actually the ones that did really, really well, right? So they actually went from about 14k to 16.5k, right, at content drop. So that's about 2.5k rise. So I would be looking for your console players, right, 87s, 16.5k max, 16k on bid. PC players, right, 18k max, 17.5k on bid. Your 88s, they went from about 20k, right, to about 22k. So 2k rise there. Console players, 23.5k max, 23k on bid. PC players, right, 26k max, 25.5k on bid. So don't be misled by the others. Don't go and invest in your 85s and your 86s, right? At this point of the game that we are at right now, right, the SBCs, right, will only get more and more expensive and not cheaper, right? So for me, right, my favorite rating, right, I'm just gonna go 87s, right? I think that is the clear winner there. So some of the other content that we should be seeing, right, later on today, right, it's actually your Murdoch SBC. So if he is good value, right, his stats receive like a reasonable amount of boost, right, I would say, right, you can actually look to pick up Inform Sterling. I would be waiting for content drop to see whether the SBC is worth it and whether a lot of people are actually going to complete him. Console players, you can try to aim 60k for Sterling. PC players, right, 58k. So we should be seeing Murdoch either today or tomorrow. I should expect him to come later on today. We also have another brand new SBC league, right, Mata. She's going to be coming as one of the SBCs. Great link for Alex Morgan, right, and some of the meta US players. We should, right, also be seeing the mini release today, right, because today is Sunday. So we should be seeing the likes of Lacazette, Louis Dunk, as well as Ryson. So for the icons, right, I think we could be seeing Bobby Charlton, right? And we also have Vidic coming as a SBC. I don't think today, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I would think. And we also could have Ashley Cole, right, coming as a mini release as well. So that will be the content, right, for the upcoming day. So, the question will be right now, right, how do you actually, right, preserve your team value, right, you might ask me. What I will tell you is right now, the cards that are actually holding value really, really well, right, are the likes of your Road to the Knockout cards. So cards like Kululu, right, Awa, Di Maria, all these cards are actually, right, holding value, right, really, really well. So what I will be doing is, I would suggest for you guys, right, to go and pick these cards up for your teams if you don't want to lose coins, right? Buy them, try to put them in your team, integrate them in your team, play games with them, and then you don't actually, right, have to consistently, right, sell your cards every single day, which is what we have been doing to actually, protect the value of our coins. So these cards, right, they are actually fantastic. And another thing that I can tell you guys, right, is later on, right, if we do get the hero pack, you can actually possibly, right, pick up some of these cards, right, in the panic later on. I would say possibly about 30 to 40 minutes, right, after content drop later, if we do get the hero pack later on. And they will actually turn out to be really good investments, right? If you can, as you guys can see, right, Klaus is actually somebody that has been going up, right? He was actually about 27, 28k. Right now, he's still holding his value really, really well. I would say, right, these are the only cards really, right, that are actually holding value. The rest of your cards, right, even if we take a look at somebody, right, as meta as your Go Van Dijk, right, I would say he's the best goal center back in the game, right? He went from about 290k, right, before content drop on Friday, right, all the way down to about 245k. Not just Van Dijk, right, the rest of your players as well. Somebody like Arujo, another very meta goal center back, went from about 46k before content on Friday, right. He has dropped a good 10,000 coins. So what we know is people are basically, right, moving on to other cards, right. They could possibly have been completing the likes of your Laurent Blanc SBC. Coleman is another very, very popular, right, winger in people's team, right. Before content drop on Friday, 19.5k. Right now, he is basically half in price, right, at about 10k or so. So really, right, the only cards that are actually doing pretty well, right, or holding value really well, right, it's actually your RTTK cards. You know, if you take a look even, right, at your Trailblazers Team 1 cards, right, they have been falling off a cliff as well, right? Di Lorenzo was at about 52, 53k. Dante, right, was at about 18k, right? Mitoma, right, he was actually at about 180k, right? He is now all the way down at about 150k. All your cards, right, are basically in the mud. Even your Trailblazers, right, Team 2 as well. Of course, we do have a few notable exceptions, right? Like for the likes of your Robertson, who has been steadily rising because of the fact that there are no good Premier League left backs. So what I would really say, right, is just put your coins, right, into the road to the knockouts, right? I already mentioned a few that I like. I think João Pedro, Modric are the other ones that I really like, right? Even though I said to avoid central midfielders, but you know, with live cards, right, it's a little bit different because they do have constant demand and they are live. And if you take a look at RTTK Team 1 as well, I also think that Dodo, Solidia, all these are actually, right, really good cards for you guys, right, to actually hold on to. Just note that the next game, right, for your Europe, right, it's actually, right, in 2 weeks time on the 8th of November. So if you guys actually want to invest, right, you still have a little bit of time, right, for the cards to actually possibly, right, drop a little bit more before you actually invest. So let's move on, right, and talk about the Centurions. You know, it's actually a pretty good team, right? Rashford, Mendy, Pedri, Guerrero, Tomori. So I have been doing some fluctuation trading, right, with Pedri, and it has worked out really well. But I'll have to be really honest with you, right, guys. At this stage of the game right now, right, with where we are at with the Evo as well as the Pirlo SBCs, right, I would really stay clear, right, of your central midfielders, just because, right, so many people are either doing the Evo or they're actually gonna complete the Pirlo SBCs. In fact, right, the market, right, actually went up, right, after content drop on Friday itself, right, because people open up their safe packs, they get richer, they get more coins, and they went out to upgrade their team. So I actually want to move on, right, and talk about this Odegaard SBC, 3-star, 2-star. I would say that he did get an upgrade for his weak foot, right, from 2-star to 3-star. Not a very spectacular card. You know, cards with 3-star weak foot just doesn't last that long. 325k, I would say, right, it's just like a, you know, I personally wouldn't complete him. I don't think that he's that great. We also got the Centurions Challenge 1 as well. As well as the Team of the Week player pick, right? So those were the stuff that we have gotten at content drop on Friday. Now, as expected, right, we did also get the Danilo objective. I already spoken about the leak itself, right, when we have actually gotten the news, right, before that in the previous video. So the requirements are exactly as such. So I hope that you guys made good coins, right, off the Gelson Martin, right, investments. Let's move on, right, and talk about the store packs, right, that we have gotten yesterday as well. We have actually gotten this huge pack, a 300k store pack called the Elite Centurions pack. So this is the one that we have gotten yesterday. 100 items with 2 guaranteed to be 85 or higher. So you have like a 15% chance of packing a Centurions player. So you guys know, right, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of stuff. So I personally don't think that that's actually good value. Now, one thing to note, right, is as you guys, right, actually take a look at this pack, right. Let's open up a mega pack. Just take note, right, that the time, right, will actually be moved back an hour in UK itself. So the content drop for me, right, typically, right, it's 1 AM Singapore time for me. So it will be changed to 2 AM. So wherever you are from, just take note that there's actually a time change, right. Why is this important? For people, right, who are in my Discord, I always tell you guys, right, list your cards up before content drop, right. This will be something, you know, to actually look out for. List your cards up 45 minutes before content drop. So you have to know, right, what time is content drop for you. Actually maximize your coins, right. So this is kind of like a terrible pack, right. At least we got Shadow, so I guess it's alright. That's all from me. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you guys want to see more content on the channel, hit that sub button. If you guys want access, right, to the free segment of the Discord as well as the VIP segment, all the how-tos will be down in the description below. Just remember, guys, when you join the Discord, do a short self-introduction of where you are from and which team you support, and then give it a while for you to actually get verified, because you know we have trollers sometimes. We're trying to keep the trolls out. And yeah, that's all from me, man. I'll see you guys around. Alright, take care, guys.